Imagine a prison where the lights never turn off, where men sleep on bare metal, where you may never see sunlight or your family again. This is CECOT in El Salvador, and many call it the most feared prison on earth. Just a few years ago, El Salvador was one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Gangs controlled neighborhoods, fear was everywhere. Then, President Nayib Bukele launched a massive crackdown. Tens of thousands were arrested, and in the middle of that, he built CECOT, the Terrorism Confinement Center. The government says it saved the country. Critics say it destroyed human rights. So today, we go inside this prison and ask one question: is CECOT a solution or a warning? For years, gangs like MS-13 ruled El Salvador. People paid extortion just to survive. Then, in 2022, after a wave of killings, a state of emergency was declared. Police got sweeping powers. Mass arrests began. And in 2023, CECOT was built. A massive prison for up to 40,000 inmates. Not just a prison, but a message. CECOT looks like a military fortress. High walls, electric fences, watchtowers, armed guards. Inside, everything is about control. Each cell holds 60 to 80 prisoners. They sleep on metal bunks. No mattresses, open toilets, shared water, basic food, often eaten by hand. And then, lights stay on 24 hours. Extreme heat during the day, almost no time outside, no family visits, no education, no rehabilitation. If someone breaks rules, they can be thrown into dark isolation cells. This is not a prison focused on reform. It is a place designed to remove people from society.
But the real fear is not just inside the prison. It's how people end up there. Under emergency laws, over 80,000 people were arrested. Human rights groups say many were detained without proper proof. Some faced mass trials. Some couldn't contact lawyers or families. El Salvador now has the highest prison rate in the world. Overcrowding is extreme. In some cases, prisoners had less space than a small table. Reports also claim deaths in custody and even minors being detained. So the question becomes, what happens when a system becomes this powerful? When speed replaces justice? Let's look at real people. José Duval Mata, a young man arrested in 2022. His family said he had no gang links. A judge ordered his release, then again ordered his release, but he was never freed. Instead, he was sent to CECOT. His family didn't hear from him for years. Another case, Juan Carlos. He claimed he was detained because of his tattoos. Not crime, just appearance. Families say they could barely recognize their loved ones. So thin, so changed. And this is the hardest part. It's easy to support harsh punishment for criminals, but what if even a few innocent people are trapped? So, would you still call it justice? Despite all this, many people support CECOT. Why? Because crime dropped sharply. Murders fell to record lows. For many citizens, life became safer. Fear disappeared. Some even say, even if some innocents suffer, it's worth it. That's how deep the fear once was. CECOT also became global news. Other countries started watching it as a model. So what is the real danger of CECOT? Not just the prisoners, not the walls, but the idea behind it. Safety in exchange for freedom. Order in exchange for rights. Because once a system can punish the guilty, it can also punish the innocent. And when people stop questioning power, that's when things become dangerous. The prison stops holding the danger. The prison becomes the danger. So is CECOT the most dangerous prison in the world? Maybe not because of the criminals inside, but because of what it represents. A world where fear can reshape justice, where people disappear, and questions disappear with them. And if one day your country said, "This is the only way to keep you safe," would you accept it, or would you ask, what's really happening behind the walls? Because sometimes the most dangerous prison is not the one we fear, but the one we stop questioning.